Thank you, Judge. And thank every one of you who came. It is an excellent turnout. The facilities are very nice, and I thank you, Chief, for the facilities and the hospitality that Hico has already shown us. Railroad Commission people who have been here this short time today. I would like to take a moment to introduce to you the Railroad Commission staff that are attending with me. If I could ask them to stand up, please. Doug Johnson, one of our senior engineers, is here to help me answer any technical questions. We have Ramona Nye and Stacy Fowler, our senior staff from our executive staff offices, and we have our food inspector, Tammy, who lives in the town of Hico. Oh, Tammy. Well, why am I here tonight? I'm really here because Judge Cox asked us to be here, and we believe in being responsive. As you know, the Railroad Commission really consists of 3 statewide elected officials, and we believe in being responsive to the constituents. I hope that I can present to you information. My goal here is not to change people's minds. My goal here is not to have one side or another side. It's simply present the facts and the Railroad Commission rules and regulations that we follow as the oil and gas industry develops a very new and, in their minds, important play called the Barnett Shale play. I entitled it Commercial Saltwater Disposal Permitting because that's really going to be the focus, and it's going to be divided into several aspects. I'm going to be talking generalities. I'm going to be talking about our overall permitting process, but then I'll be getting down into the specifics, and I will be talking directly about the permit and the Hico well. So we will be getting to specifics. First of all, I'd like to tell you that this is routine business for the Railroad Commission, not a town hall meeting like this with 150 interested citizens, but permitting injection wells. There are 350,000 oil and gas industry wells in Texas. That's a lot of wells. Texas leads the state except for some of the Alaska production and production of oil. The Railroad Commission permitted the first injection well in 1936. We've issued 96,000 permits, and we have 50,784 of them currently permitted for injection and disposal wells as of this month. That's a lot of wells. That's what the Railroad Commission does. That's a map of the state. And what you can see is the distribution of the oil and gas wells, even though the color is not very good. Every single dot is either an oil or a gas well across the state. If you look in the district that's right in the center of the state called 7B, and you look, say, a thumb's width to the southeast of that, that is approximately where Hamilton is. There's not much oil and gas development here. Hence, I think the public interest in this. I was about to show you. Here are the commercial disposal wells in the general area of the Barnett Shale play. The Railroad Commission has permitted over 100 commercial saltwater disposal wells in the general county of the Barnett Shale play. The most are in Wise County to the north, 26 of them. Hamilton, 1 well, and that's the well that we're here to discuss tonight. That is the only well that's permitted by the Railroad Commission for commercial disposal in this county. In this county. Now, the general permitting requirements of the Railroad Commission are thorough and extensive. The program is delegated from the Environmental Protection Agency to the Railroad Commission. The program is approved by the Environmental Protection Agency. The Environmental Protection Agency audits my program 3 to 4 times a year. These are the basic requirements. First, the base of usable quality groundwater depth, and that is where fresh water can be encountered in the area. Second, notice and hearing opportunities. Next, what we call the area of review. What other oil and gas activity surrounds the area? Third, what are the geologic requirements? Next, surface casing, production casing, and path requirements, which I call the first, second, and third layers of protection to protect, number 1, the base of usable quality groundwater. I'll be going through each of these individually in a fair amount of detail. Base of usable quality groundwater, PUQW. Bureaucrats love acronyms. For new wells, surface casing must be set to the protection depth determined by the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality, the TCEQ. The Railroad Commission does not determine what is the depth of fresh water in the Hico area. The TCEQ makes that determination. An operator must go to the TCEQ, get that determination from the TCEQ, and then submit that to the Railroad Commission from the TCEQ so that we know what the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality says, what water needs to be protected, what was fresh water, what water might have potential use in the area. That's called the base of usable quality water. In this case, it's 420 feet in this area. Surface casing is one of the things we're talking about. Surface casing, after I explained to you, is to be cemented all the way to the surface. That is the first line of protection of the base of usable quality water.
Railroad Commission come out there and see circulated?
Sir, do you want me to take questions like this?
Let's hold your questions, please. Let him go through his presentation, sir. What do you feel here? You can ask a question.
It's up to you, Judge.
Let's go ahead and
your question, go ahead and ask that question, and then we'll hold the rest of them, okay?
Okay. You drill the hole, you're going to say certified. You say certified. Call Halliburton, Dowell, whoever else out. The cement pipe. Okay. 1,500 feet, 400 feet, whatever. Are you running straight cement, or you running 2% DC, and all this before you cut loose? Or you make sure the railroad commission has that cement has circulated out in the reserve.
What we will require is cementer's affidavit to be filed from the well. It must be filed with the Railroad Commission, the cementer's affidavit. When the cementer's affidavit is the company that did the cementing testifying that they circulated this amount of cement to this level, to this depth, and to this surface. The Railroad Commission occasionally does see the surface casing cement. On this case, the Railroad Commission did not witness the surface casing. We did witness the production through casing cement. There's more questions. Or do you want me to keep going?
Keep going.
Okay. Question, Judge Cox, I'll continue. I certainly want to try to be as responsive as I can to all of you and give you the facts. Notice and an opportunity for a hearing. Well, who gets notice and an opportunity for a hearing? Well, the surface owner certainly does for commercial saltwater disposal wells. So do the adjacent or contiguous landowners. Operators within a half mile also have to get notice. If it's in the city limits, the city clerk gets notice of it. And finally, it must be published in a general circulation paper. That's its general circulation in the county. What is a protest? It's an affected person, other than a member of the general public. An affected person that can demonstrate they call it actual injury or economic damages to it. And that is what the statute says. That is the statutory responsibility that the Railroad Commission follows. Area of review. Our rules require that an applicant for an injection or disposal well permit examine the data record for wells that penetrate the proposed injection zone within a 1/4 mile radius. That's to make sure that every abandoned well has been properly plugged within that 1/4 mile. The Railroad Commission reviews these carefully. We look up the well records, we verify that they have been properly plugged, and the operator has to submit them. The permit applicant must submit a map showing the location of the wells within this 1/4 mile area.